let's talk about where to brush the ball. For a forehand loop, should you brush the back, the right side, or the left side of the ball? In my experience, your racket angle preparation for a down-the-line loop and a cross-court loop must be different. This is my racket angle for cross-court, and this is for down the line. My personal take is, I only loop cross-court if I can't hit a power loop, because pros are used to the cross-court line and can easily counter-loop you. I have to hit the ball in a way that forces my opponent to move. When looping cross-court, my racket starts from behind me, and I wrap around the ball as I loop. For a down-the-line loop, the feeling is you don't wrap the ball. Instead, open the racket face slightly, contact the back of the ball, and drive through it. You must decide whether you're looping down the line or cross-court during your backswing. Let me demonstrate a few high-quality down-the-line loops. My feeling for a down-the-line loop is you need to open your racket face a bit on the backswing. Otherwise, the shot is easy to block and lacks forward drive. For my down-the-line shot, I open my forearm and racket face, make solid contact driving through the ball, and then follow through concisely. This is a completely different system from looping cross-court. Many players can only hit a narrow cross-court angle. My take is you must wrap the ball to create a wider angle. If I wrap the ball when I loop, the placement angle becomes wider, forcing my opponent to move with both feet. So, when you loop cross-court and down the line, be conscious of this. During the backswing, the arm positions are different and must be treated as separate techniques. This way, you can switch between cross-court and down the line freely, and your shots will be very consistent. Now, let's talk about the contact point. When looping a backspin ball, even with the same backswing, the contact point for a down-the-line shot is slightly earlier. It's not just for loops, my pushes are the same. For a down-the-line push, you must be quick and take the ball early. A late push is ineffective. It's the same for looping backspin. If you use cross-court timing for a down-the-line shot, you'll be late and get jammed by the ball. So, you can think of it this way: for a cross-court loop, I can contact the ball at the peak of the bounce or just as it starts to fall. But for a down-the-line loop, I try my best to contact it at the peak. If I can't catch the peak, I won't go down the line, I'll loop to the middle or their forehand instead. Once the ball starts to drop, looping it down the line becomes very difficult. For a cross-court ball, it doesn't matter as much. You can loop it on the rise or in the early falling phase. Can a down-the-line loop have an outward curve? For my down-the-line shot, even though I open my racket face, I must generate power close to my body, from inside to outside, to create that outward curve. Add a compact follow-through, and that's a high-quality down-the-line loop. Therefore, your backswing must go towards the back of your body. Then drive forward, finish forward. Don't rotate back. Your hip pushes forward a bit, and the motion stops there. So, if your backswing is too big or you have no backswing, that down-the-line loop is bound to go into the net. You must load your power, then drive it out. So, if you want a good down-the-line loop, load up by bringing your racket back behind you. Then whip through the motion to execute the shot. Next, let's talk about body position. Why can't you engage your hip on cross-court shots? Because your hip only rotates to the forward position, a flat turn, without driving through. Your hip must drive forward, and it must drive towards the cross-court angle. If you drive your hip towards the down-the-line direction, even if you aim cross-court, the angle won't be very wide. Many players think rotating to the front is the end of the motion. That's not right. Your hip needs to keep rotating. You have to rotate through, all the way to the cross-court angle. For a powerful cross-court loop, you must first rotate your hip to the side, then as you rotate to the front, you're not done, you have to keep pressing and rotating forward towards the cross-court angle. This will make your shot deep and powerful. But for a down-the-line loop, you can stop your rotation at the front. For a cross-court loop, your body must rotate completely through. Looping this backspin ball is an attacking shot, so you can make your body movements more pronounced. Whenever I want to hit cross-court, my hip doesn't just drive flat to the front, that's for a down-the-line shot. I need to drive and turn into it, that's the cross-court motion. The most common problem for amateur players is they don't plant their feet firmly before hitting the ball. The first problem is you don't get set. The second is you don't drive forward with your hip. You might plant your feet, but you just squat up and down in place without driving your hip. To create arc with your body, the sequence should be, first plant, then drive up and forward, push off, and finally, press down. This is the arc generated by your body. If you find the press down part too difficult, master the plant and drive first. When you plant your feet during the backswing, your arm is loaded. You generate power during the drive phase. For this shot, you absolutely must plant your foot, then the whole body drives forward, and finally, you must press down. So, if you feel it's a bit difficult, first practice planting your feet and driving up. Later, you can add the press down motion to achieve that power loop. If it's hard at first, just practice, plant and drive. Once you've mastered that, practice, plant, drive, and press.